Okay, good morning everyone, and welcome to our final assembly for this term. It's not obviously the last day of term, but next week, with so many Christmas concerts going on, it's important that we bring this forward a week because we want to make sure that we recognise all of you who have shone a little bit brighter in academics, in sports, and in creative arts to give you that platform today. And then next week, we can well and truly turn our attention to the festive season. There's a lot we're going to go through this morning, and thank you for those who are joining us online and bearing with a little bit of a late start. It's important, however, that because there's so many different prize winners from right across the school, KG, prep, secondary, that we got them all inside the lecture theatre before we invited our parents to join us online. But as I said, lots to get through. We're going to wrap up the merit competition. We're going to find out which house is going to be our house of the term. And if you are part of that winning house on Monday, so this coming Monday, you can wear your house kit, so your sports kit, your house shirt, all day, just to remind everyone that you guys are victorious. And at 12 o'clock, you're all going to meet up on the top veranda for your barbecue and spend a few hours together with just reward for a very long term. It's been 14 weeks. So whoever that winning house is, they've done a fantastic job. We're going to find out just a second. We're also going to recognise all of our athletes, so the best athletes in boys and girls categories across the school. And we're going to find out who won the Inter-House Athletics. Of course, that was a few weeks ago, but we wanted to wait until today to tell you who won that one. And I think we'll get an update on the Inter-House football and netball, which of course concludes later today once Key Stage 5 played their games. But we will get an update and see who's winning at the moment. We're then going to hear a little bit of success from Yale University, and that's why the alpacas are behind me once again. So Miss Wembuga is going to tell us all about their trip to Yale University. And then finally, we're going to turn our attention to academics. We're going to look at who in each year group has been the best. Okay, we call them Excellence Awards, so who's achieved the top grades and also who's made the most progress. And then finally, I'm going to come back here and we're going to award our VBE citizens for this term. So lots and lots for us to get through. So please bear with us. Big round of applause whenever someone comes up here. Because there's going to be lots of groups. It's been a while since we've done this. When we have a group, whether it is academic excellence or VBE, please wait or hold your applause until we say the last name, because they'll be in groups of 5, 6. And that way, everyone gets their chance to be heard, both online and also in here. And then we give them a big round of applause as they come down to the front. For the younger pupils here, that doesn't mean wait until we start clapping before you come down. As soon as you hear your name, start walking down, and then so that we can get through this nice and quick. Now, before I tell you who is our house of the term, I want to award what we call Outstanding Merit Awards. So each week, if we're in the prep school, we recognise our stars of the week, and in secondary, we recognise our top merit earners, okay, our top of the lots. But when we come to the end of the term, we don't look at just last week, we look at the whole term. So in each of the sections of the school, which pupils earned the most merits for their houses throughout the entire term. So when I call this group up, if you're in their house and you happen to win later, please find them and congratulate them because they were the biggest contributors to that success. They are from different houses and they're from right across the school. So our Outstanding Merit Awards for Term 1 go to, from Reception North, Dabi Kabi; from the Lower Prep, Isabella Achola; from Upper Prep, Malkia Mugo; and then coming up into secondary, in lower secondary we had Jaden Miner; in the middle school we had Amy Forbes; up in the top we had Malkia Washira; and at the top, very top of the school, we had Ryan Karimi. Well done. it appears that they are not with us. Oh, they are. Jaden, here we come. Well done, Jaden. Congratulations. Is that it? No one else is here. Oh, well, here comes Amy. Well, everyone's got a bit of stage fright this morning. Well done, Amy. Okay, so does that mean that I don't have Isabella, Malkia, or Ryan Karimi with us? Unfortunate. Okay, we'll make sure that those certificates get to them. Round of applause for the outstanding marathoners. Okay, well done. Right, hopefully that is not indicative of the rest of today. If you hear your name, come down straight away so that you can receive your awards. Right, on to the merit competition. I'm looking at first the last 2 weeks, because we didn't have assembly last week because of assessment week. So the house of the week first, for the last 2 weeks. Then we'll have a look at who is our house of the term. So for the last 2 weeks, house of the week, in fourth place is Ndovu. In third place, and sort of off to the side, was Simba and Kifaru. Which means that Shui House got a whopping 1,345 points last 2 weeks. Now, I'm letting you have a look at that for a little bit longer because if you can remember, 3 weeks ago, what your house was on, Kifaru were in the lead, but that is a huge week from Chewy. So on Monday, our house of the term, in their house colours, and at their barbecue at 12 o'clock is going to be there is a mixture of excitement, anger, and disappointment in the Action Theatre. It was a massive 2 weeks, final push from Chewy, but well done to Kifaru. They led from week 1 to week 14, so well deserved, Kifaru. I'm now going to hand over to Miss Wambugu, who's going to talk about how our World Scholars went at Yale University. Thank you.
Good morning, school. Right. A few weeks ago, the curtains closed in Yale for this season's World Scholars 2021-2022. The World Scholars season 2021-2022 culminated in Yale University in the United States of America, where more than 5,000 scholars from 6 continents of the world met for the final round, the Tournament of Champions. The scholars here will put it into perspective for us. The St. Christopher's International School World Scholars shone in their various activities, namely team debates, Scholars Challenge, collaborative writing, and Scholars Bowl. Each of them was awarded several medals, as you will see, comprising of, worth mentioning though, is our junior team, comprising of Christian Otieno, Kisha Nyawera, and Nadia Kuria, who were not only awarded gold medals, but were placed 4th, I'll repeat again, 4th in Africa. They deserve a round of applause. I will now ask the SCIS World Scholars 2021-2022 to make their presentation. Joy?
Morning, everyone. So basically, this presentation is going to be about the General World Scholars and the event has happened. So on the first day,
Just click it.
it's not working.
Okay. There you go.
So on the first day, we had the scavenge, and basically this was able to help us branch out to be able to socialize with other scholars. We were teamed up with students from different countries. Of course, you're not going to have Kenyans in your team, so you can socialize. And yeah, so on the second day is debate day, basically the triple threat day of the challenge and the debate, and also the collaborative writing. Miss explained that, so I don't think there's anyone. And on the third day is the bold day. Basically, you get several questions, each 17 seconds, some worth up to 5,000 points. And you get to work with your teammates to be able to understand and know the questions, and some lightning rounds, which are 5 seconds, which is quite fun, not to lie. And also on the fourth,
It's okay. Just click it.
do I just continue? Okay, so on the fourth day is the Scholars Ball. This is one of the 2 non-official nights where we get to come together, all scholars, to enjoy ourselves and to talk about technically all the academic stuff we did throughout the week. And on the fifth day, the cultural fair. This is where we all come together in a hall with our booths displaying our culture, and we are able to go around to learn other people's culture and collect stuff like bracelets and flags. I will not show those ones. And the clothing ceremony. This is one of the most beautiful times of the World Scholars, as one scholar from each country, each round maybe containing 70 to 100 countries, we come together on the stage and we wave our flags as a sign of peace and unity towards the World Scholars together. And also we get to be awarded for all of our efforts. And yeah, thank you.
Okay, so as seen in the presentation, World Scholars is both a learning experience and a way of meeting new people. Not only this, but you get to visit different places around the world, and you also get to appreciate and learn about new cultures. Personally, at World Scholars, I got to enhance my debating skills, and I also made friends from both Kenya and from different countries around the world. This past season at the Tournament of Champions, Kenya was the biggest delegation, so you can imagine how enjoyable and vibrant that was. If any of you are interested in joining World Scholars, please see Joy and I after this, so you can sign up before the club resumes in January with the new syllabus, A World Distorted. Thank you.
Okay, so I will now request the headmaster, Mr. Gibbons, to award the World Scholars with their certificates and medals. No particular order.
No particular order. Oh, you got 2. Well done. tell they didn't want to get off the stage. We've got two different problems, people not wanting to come and people not wanting to get off. But well done. Before I hand over to Mr. Adingo, who's going to take us through a wrap-up of the sport, I just want to reiterate how successful that team were. And I know Ms. Wembugu said that they were fourth in Africa. But you heard there were over 100 nationalities that were represented there. So to come fourth in the whole of Africa, the whole continent, is a wonderful achievement. And what wasn't said is that they were first in Kenya. So I think they deserve another round of applause.
Well done to the World Scholars Morning School. Now we move on to our sports wrap-up for the season. We've had a very eventful season of sports, and actually a first term that we've had all sports available to us on offer. The first term being as busy as it is, we had our cross-country, the football tournaments, the netball tournaments, which was in the first part of the term. Then we moved on to the second part of the term that we were doing our athletics, the inter-house, and all the meets that we attended, and a couple of other tournaments that were at the high school. So to start with, we are going to look at our athletics inter-house. This year we looked at it differently because we were not talking about prep girls and prep boys, but we were rather looking at key stage, which I will explain as I am presenting, because then that is how most of the meets are handled, as under 9, under 11, under 13, and another meet is separated as under 15 and under 19. So if you see my presentation looking slightly different from the other years, that is the reason why. So moving on to our key stage 1, 2, and lower upper key stage 3, which is basically our year 1, 2, 3, 4, and year 5, 6, 7, and 8, then that is what I mean by our key stage 1, 2, and the lower key stage 3. In this category, when we look at in our athletics interhouse, when we added up all the marks from all the participants, in fourth place we had Simba. And in third place we had Kifaru. In second place we had Ndovu. And in first place, we had Chui. So Chui, that means Chui were the overall winners for year 1 overall in the key stage 1, 2, 3, and 4, which is basically under 9, under 11, and under 13 category, because that is how they also compete at the athletics meets. Moving on to the next category is our upper key stage 3 and key stage 4 and key stage 5. That will be our year 9 and 10, and then also key stage 5, year 11, 12, and 13. In this category, in fourth place, we had Kifaru with 276 points. In third place, we had Ndovu with 283 points. In second place, we had Simba with 563 points. And in first place, we had Chui coming out on top. That means that the overall standing for the interhouse would be as follows. So when we look at our in-house athletics position overall, this term, in fourth place, we had Kifaru with 1,290 points. In third place, Ndovu with 1,412 points. In second place, Chui and excuse me. Yes. Can I clarify that? I think that was a typo. Your guess is as good as mine, with Chewy first and second in both categories. Chewy are number one. So we'll change that. Chewy are the winners of the Interhouse for this season. So Chewy are our overall winners for. So Chewy are our overall winners for this season. My apologies for that. Chewy are the overall winners. Moving on. Okay, so slide is off. Then our next presentation is going to be our athletes who took part at our several meets that we attended. That was the Braiban Athletics meet at Kasarani. It's one of the biggest meets across the international schools. The first one I will talk about is the under 9, under 11, and under 13 meet. So moving on to that, our gold winners at that event were Trinity Kenyatta in long jump, Beraya Muga with 100 meters, he won a gold. Could you please come down as I call your name? And Beraya Muga also won a gold in the long jump. Could you please come down as I call your name? Just stand over here. Yes, the names are on it. Okay, and Beraya has two. Beraya has 2 gold medals. So Beraya won in the 100 meters and the long jump. Silver medalists at this event were Magu Ngumo. Magu? And the bronze medalists. And the bronze medalists at this event were the boys with the relay team, and that was Beraya Muga, Kingsley Omolo, Ethan Mukinda, and Peter Musebi. Could you please come down? Yeah? Yes. Yeah, they took the wrong slide. Well done. Apart from our podium finishing athletes, I would also like to recognize some of our athletes who tried their really best but missed the podium by just a bit, and I would also like to mention them. If they would just stand up from where they are so that we recognize them. Most of them came in 4th, which was quite a good effort when they were at this meet. We had Neymar Machuka in the 1500, came in 4th. Tracy Ayu came in 4th at the 800 meters. Brandon Kome came in 4th in the 800 meters. Wanjiru Mbugua came in 4th in the 1500 meters. And Gabriela Okoth came in 4th in the 100 meters. Well done. Well done. Thank you. You may take a seat. Moving on to the next category, we have the high school, the secondary Kasarani athletics meet. In the secondary athletics meet, our gold medalists at this event were Tuyoshi Monda with the discus, won a gold in the discus. Gift Okoth won a gold in the discus. Yeah? Oh, you give all the gold? You give all the gold to them, they'll give us back. And Arop Majok won the 200 meters. And Felika Changson also won a gold in the 100 meters. Yes, they have their gold. Yes, their names are written, which they can give you. There was just a bit of a confusion on the medals. They took the gold instead of the silver and bronze. We'll just sort that out. Could you give them a round of applause? Wait, could you just please wait until we presented everybody? In the next category was our silver medalists. We had Samuel Ane, who won a silver in long jump, and Felica, who also won a silver in javelin. Felica. And in the third category, we had Gary Nyagaka winning the 100-meter hurdle bronze, and Sean Daga also got a bronze in the triple jump. As was in the other competition, there were also athletes who really gave their best and missed the podium finish narrowly. And I would also like to recognize this group of athletes. And in fourth place, we had John Basili in the 100 meters coming in fourth. Arop Majok was in the 100 and was pitted to win. He won the 200 by a huge margin, narrowly missing the record, but he pulled an hamstring in the 100 meters and did not finish at the top. So I think he also deserves a round of applause for giving it a fair attempt. Kyle Torotich came fourth in the 1500 meters. Keenan Aimba came fourth in the shot put. Jeremy Karobia came fourth in the javelin. Chantel Kiari came fourth in the 200 meters. Juliet Diego also pulled an hamstring in the 100 meters. She was pitted to win, but unfortunately she didn't win. But even with the injury, she came fourth, so she is worth the recognition. And Mumbi Karanja also came fourth in the discus. And listen to this. She missed the third place by 0.2 of a meter. So it was really, really close. So well done to that group of athletes. You may have not got the medals, but surely you are winners as well. So thank you very much. Well done. The next round of presentations I'm going to make is I'm going to give an update on the Interhouse, which we have not finished, and hopefully we are going to do it this morning after break with the Key Stage 4 and Key Stage 5 to finish it off, and then we will update you in the newsletter that goes out next week who will be the eventual overall winners for the Interhouse football and netball. And just to give you an update, as they stand, as at last evening, moving into Interhouse, in fourth place for the prep school, we had Chewy. I will not give out the points because it will give away everything. So we will only give out the points once we have all of them in. And then in third place, we have Kifaru. In second place, we have Ndovu. And in first place at the prep school, we have Simba. Moving on to the Interhouse standing as it is as at last evening before we complete it. In fourth place, we have Novu. In third place, we have Kifaru. In second place, we have Simba and Chewy are current top. That means that before we complete it, the current standings will be in fourth place, Ndovu. In third place, we have Kifaru. In second place, we have Shuri. And in first place, we have Simba. So key stage 4, key stage 5, the ball is in your court. You will have to decide if you want to tip the scales later today. That is the current standing of the inter-house football and netball as it stands. With that having been said, and all the sports that we have done this term, our next category is to recognize our sports boy and sports girl of the term in different categories. And at this stage, I'd like Ms. Wambogo to help me present them with the certificate. So if I call your name, kindly come down and pick your certificate. Once you pick it, please stay up here until everybody has been presented with your certificate. So looking at your participation, your sportsmanship, your discipline, your support to the team, and generally how you carry yourself around the sports field, the sports department, and we also spoke to some of your teachers who were at tournaments. This was their decision on who becomes our winners for this term. And in the under 7 category, we have Joshua Mwangi and Kayla Morgan. Please come down. Yes, and they're in order. They were in order. You shuffled them. Oh, they were in order. Under 9 category, we have Ian Kimboi and Trinity Kanyata. In the under 11 category, we have Beraya Muga and Eva Watunu. In the under 13 category, the sports boy of the term is Leroy Asimas and Elaine Maina. In the under 15 category, we have Kiyoshi Monda and Gift Okod. In the under 17 category, we have Joshua Kula and Neville Masita. And in the under 19 category, we have Arop Majok and Felika Changson. So could we give this group of athletes a round of applause for all their efforts this term? Well done. Thank you very much. And that brings a close to our presentation for the sports awards for this term. At this stage, I'd like to remind you that we are moving on to a different sport, which is hockey for next term. So could we all start shifting gear, get all our equipment in place? There will be a pre-season training earlier in the term. Please look out for it in the newsletters and the magazines. Let's all tend to be better prepared for the season. Thank you very much.
Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, I hope you're all well. Thank you, Mr. Odigo, for the sports presentation. Well, on to our next segment, and there is academic awards. As you all know, this new academic year, all of us were able to go to a new class. At the start of the term as well, we're able to sit for our CAT4s and sit down with our class teachers, form teachers, to be able to set new targets. In the course of the term as well, you're able to do projects, topical questions, homework, cards, and end-term exams. All that we do use that information or data to be able to come up with 2 awards, and those are Progress Awards and Outstanding or Excellence Award. A Progress Award is this pupil who has actually made most progress across all subjects against all the students in that particular year group. So we are going to recognize this student per year group who has actually made most progress. The second award goes to the Excellence Award, and we also look at this outstanding learner. We actually analyzed all your cards, all your projects, all your exams, and see who is this pupil that actually scored highest grades as compared to the rest. From prep school, Progress Award, year 1, goes to Latifa Molu. All right, kindly allow me just to call, then we shall actually appreciate. Mrs. Karuki, kindly if you can hand over the certificates. Year 2, Ilevera Njeri. Kindly, let's not appreciate. I'll tell you when to do that. Year 3, Kangede Gitau. Okay, he's not here. Year 4, Alvin Mburu. Quickly. Year 5, Lato Melian. And lastly, year 6, Rhys Bashi. School, let's appreciate these pupils. Well done, boys and girls. Continue working hard. You may sit. Excellence Award. Year 1, Amani Bhutia. Year 2, Tai Gashwe. Year 3, Harvey Muhia. Year 4, Mariam Abdile. Year 5, Lulu Gashwe. Harvey Muhia. Harvey Muhia. Then Lulu Gashwe. And lastly, year 6, Marvel Mugo. This group of students were able to actually produce high grades in there. However, let's appreciate our school, let's appreciate this group of students. Thank you. With this, I think you may have a seat. Okay. Thank you. As I invite Ms. Miriti to come in for high school to call the list. Ms. Miriti, kindly. Currently, we are having the academic reviews that are going on. Let's take this opportunity to reflect on how we have progressed or performed in this particular term. Come next term, set new targets with in mind on how you performed this term. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mbasu. Good morning. I'm here to present the awards for the secondary school, and the 2 categories are the Progress Awards and the Excellence Award. For the Excellence Awards, In year 7, we have Alexandra Gishuhi. Year 8, please hold the applause. Jeremy Baraza. Year 9, Ruby Joroge. Year 10, Lula Juma. Year 11, Jennifer Muga. Year 12, we have 2 categories. That is for the A-level subjects, Juliet Diego. And here for the BTEC, we have Jeanette Nandwa. Well done. Just wait. Please move this way. Make a curve. Well done. For the Progress Awards, Year 7, Trevor Mando. Year 8, Emmanuel Chelshir. Year 9, Amy Forbes. Year 10, Sasha Mbuvi. Year 11, Thomas Naivasha. Year 12, A-levels, Amani Masharia for the Progress. And for the BTEC, yet again, Juliet Diego. Well done. Well done for making that progress. It is appreciated, and your effort is recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. At this juncture, I also want to recognize the Year 13s in absentia as they are away on a residential pastoral trip to Malindi. We have in Year 13 for the Excellence Award 2 categories, Mark Washira, Amy Kariuki, and for the Progress in that class, we have Natasha Comfort and Michael Muge. For the BTEC, we have Natalie Melian and Tendahi Muhoriro, who have come in for that Progress. Well done to them as well. Thank you. Over to Mr. Gibbons. Thank you.
Thank you very much, team, and well done to all of the pupils that have come down the front this morning. We're not quite done. The last awards, as I said, my privilege to award. We talk a lot about building global citizens at St. Christopher's. And the way we do that is awareness, education, and action. You heard that Year 13 are down at Malindi at the moment. They're not there just to go to the beach. They will be there doing some CSR work with Turtle Watch in the same way that our Key Stage 4 do. This is why we have the values-based education program, because, as I said, one of those 3 areas is education. So we looked at equality this half term, and we want to see, not that you just understand what it means, or that we play a few games with Smarties up the front here. We want to see that you can take that out into the fields when you're playing competitions, okay, in your conversations with your peers in your classrooms, conversations with your teachers, your parents. And the pupils who best emulate that particular value we awarded St. Christopher's Citizens. It's a citizenship award. But the reason is because we're trying to prepare you for life after school. And if you can be a global citizen that is compassionate, accomplished, and actually go out into the world and do meaningful and effective things, you're going to be successful and you're going to be happy. So it gives me great pleasure to award the VBE Citizens for this half term, which of course was the value of equality. So starting from the bottom, in kindergarten, again, we had Dabi Kabi. In lower prep, we had Amelia Swayo. In the upper prep, we had Marvel Mugo. In lower secondary, we had Jose Waluccio. And in upper secondary, who's not here, he's in Malindi, we had Mwenda Musika. Well done. Well done to all of those winners. I like to look around at everyone's faces when people are awarded at these end-of-term assemblies. And there's a mixture, just in the same way when I announce the winning houses. There's disappointment, frustration, there's joy. Completely normal, by the way. It's okay to be disappointed or a little bit jealous if you see someone else going up there and not yourself. But it's important to remember that it's not us, the teachers, myself, who decides who comes up here. It's you. And the best thing about this being the end of term is that everything goes back to zero. There's a good saying in Australia. We say, don't get bitter, get better. So don't sit there and be disappointed that you are not coming up and do nothing about it. Okay, it's in your power to get better. You know what your target grades are. If you want that progress award, you need to be putting in the hours. If you want to be up here as an outstanding sportsman, you've got to be coming early morning. If you want to be up here performing, okay, you need to, again, be putting in the hours. So it is in your hands. But well done to all of the pupils who came up here this morning. I remind you that there's 562 of you, okay? So we can't all come up here all the time. But I hope that if you are sitting there and you didn't come up, you're going to push and make sure you do everything in your power to make sure that you're coming up at the end of term 2. Can we please now bow our heads for our prayer? Dear Lord, we thank you for this term, for our challenges, our successes, and the mistakes from which we have learnt. Be with us as we spend our time now with our family and friends, as we remember and celebrate the birth of your only Son. Give us the strength and courage to do what is right, to be witness of our faith. Amen. I now invite, what are they called, sir? A trio? I'm going to invite a secondary trio to close out assembly today. And they're going to be singing a song called Stand Up. Please don't stand up, but enjoy. And after next week, have a great Christmas holiday. Kifaru, enjoy your barbecue on Monday. As I said, well deserved. Where is our trio? Because I've run out of things to say. Here they come, the trio. Stand up. Don't stand up.
Well, 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 I've been walking. when my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, bullet in my gun. See, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. Do what I can when I can for my people. As the stars fall back and the stars fill the night,
That's why I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom calling, calling me to answer? Gonna keep on keeping on.
I can feel it in my bones, and I know what's around the bend. Might be hard to face 'cause I'm alone, and I just might fail, but deep heart I know, as the stars fill up the sky.
Stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going to a brand new home, far across the river. Do you hear freedom
Calling,
calling me to
answer, keeping on. I can feel it in my bones.
I